What up, guys? It's me, JerseyMe93 here, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new video. Today's video is a continuation to our footwork guide for part 1 in NBA 2K24. The purpose of this series is to introduce you guys into the footwork mechanics in NBA 2K. So if you guys enjoyed part 1, you're going to enjoy part 2 because we're going to cover a lot more advanced aspects of the pivot system. Now, what you see right here is footage of part 1. Part 1 was an introduction into the pivot controls. This part will cover the shooting mechanics and combining animations. This guide will feature offline Hall of Fame gameplay because this video is about showing off what's possible. If you want a post-scoring guide, let me know by getting this video to 500 likes and I'll make that video. And this video assumes you watch part 1 and you're familiar with triggering the basic animations. Okay, so let's get into the first section, which will cover pivot shooting. Pivot shooting is basically any animation that can only be triggered by pivoting. The first animation we'll look at is the standing shots. The standing shots are animations that trigger almost immediately after a pump fake. Pressing the right stick in any direction, left, right, up, and down, will trigger these shots. If you catch a defender jumping on your pump fake and he's close, press the right stick in the direction of the defender to draw a foul and potentially complete a and-one play. Another great way to use the animation is to actually go under a defender if he jumps on your fake so that you can have an open look at the basket. Now, if you have the strength, you can use the standing shots in a more advanced way. You can start a hop layup or hop dunk and go into the defender and then fade away from him. This is something that Jalen Brunson does in real life. And another piece of advice when you are trying to use the pivot shooting is you got to understand timing is going to be your biggest friend. You see that I'm using these animations as quickly as I'm making the stop or the pump fake, and that is really helping me to get the separation and the shot over taller defenders. Another great way you can practice is using the driving pump fake so you can get familiar with shooting and the timing that you need to actually use these moves effectively in game. And this animation is actually a great way for you to understand how timing impacts the type of shot you could trigger with the standing shot system. So the standing shot animations, if you are close enough to the basket and if you're not facing the basket, meaning you're not square to the basket, you can trigger this standing floater. The standing floater can be combined with a lot of animations. Again, cannot be squared to the ring. All you have to do is press down on the right stick and they will trigger this animation. This is a great way for you to activate Giant Slayer, as well as for you to kind of be carried away from the defense so you're not forced to go towards the defender, because I know a lot of standing shots may do that. So this is, again, a really good way for you to get familiar and comfortable with the standing shot system. The next shot we'll look at is a more advanced shot, which is the pivot shot. The pivot shot is tricky to trigger because it's mostly based on your timing after a pump fake or after you've gathered the basket. Press the right stick in the 7 or 5 o'clock positions to trigger this animation. You'll have to watch the players pivot to have an idea of where to press the right stick. Triggering the correct moving pump fake will also help you activate this move. If you activate the slow moving pump fake, that is a 2-foot stop. The window is quicker. If you activate the quick swing moving pump fake, you'll have a slightly bigger window to trigger the shot. So I want to just say it's pretty normal if you are practicing this move and you're trying to get it down to trigger a lot of standing shots. This is only going to happen when you are too late with triggering the shot input after the pump fake. Again, you have to learn the windows. You got to get a feel for it. E-Money has a dedicated video that I will link in the comment section below so that you can get the cue so that you could trigger this move a little bit more consistently. All right. But once you've mastered the timing to use it effectively in game, I would suggest you try to create some separation from your matchup, as you see right here, and then go into your reverse pivot shot, as a shot is a great way to counter hard closeout. So as you can see, Bradley Beal is in a full sprint, and that is going to create a lot of momentum as he's trying to cut off Anthony Edwards. But that momentum is going to be used against him because we're going to stop and then swing around him, and that is going to be a very open shot. This is definitely an animation you should add to your bag. It might be difficult and you might not need to use it all the time, but if you can add this and do this on command, it is going to be something that makes you completely unguardable. There is a lot of secret jump shot animations in 2K, but for time constraint reasons, we'll only be looking at some of the easier and basic ones. Timing is again going to be the biggest factor to trigger these shots. Start with a step over by flicking the right stick to the left or the right. As the offensive player is doing this animation, press square and move the left stick to the left, right, or down. This will trigger secret shot gatherers and step backs. The example you're seeing from Jamal Murray is a pound dribble step back variation, but there's multiple animations you can unlock. Experiment with different directions on the left stick to unlock them. Now, another thing I would say about these animations is obviously if a defender is playing you too closely, this is when you want to use this type of shot. This is not really an animation that you should use if somebody is gapping, because it could easily close out on these shots. The next method to unlock secret jumpers is using an inside pivot. This is the pivot stance you need to be in before you can trigger the animation. Once you're in this stance, let go of the L2 button. This will trigger a triple threat swing animation that is tied to the inside pivot, meaning you cannot get this animation unless you pivot first. Then quickly press the square button and move the left stick to the left, right, or down. This is a good comparison of a side step without the pivot and one with the pivot animation. You can see there's a lot more separation on the dribble with the pivot animation one. These animations again work really well in a crowded environment. If a defender has been jumping over your screens, trying to blow up your play, or even just trying to shield you to one side, this is a great counter. The trickiest part is, again, the timing and getting the rhythm of it, but it's pretty easy to do. You can also do this on the right side, as you see right here with DeMar DeRozan. The key is to do the inside pivot from the right side, and this is that animation. You see he's going to swing the basketball inside, and he's going to keep it shielded on his right side hip. And again, we do the same thing by holding down square and pressing the left stick towards the right instead to trigger that move. All right, so the last shot we'll talk about, the last of the secret shots we'll talk about, is going to be the pump fake shots. Now, the pump fake shots can only be done if your back is towards the basket, and then you want to initiate a pump fake and then quickly press square and move the left stick to the left, right, down. You can even go up this time, and that will carry you towards the rim. Inputs have to be done in a very quick succession because you can trigger standstill shots or a turnaround or something that you really don't want. If you wait too late, you can trigger your regular hop jumpers. This is again a really great way to counter defense that is trying to smother you. All right, for our final chapter, we're going to be discussing the shot fake combos. The shot fake combos are kind of the more basic pivot combos, but I think they're a good starting point for a lot of you guys who are trying to get into the pivot system for you to practice and kind of do some homework with. The shot fake combos are also just a way for you to test how smooth you are with the pivot system. So let's get into it without further ado. The shot fake combo may look complicated, but it's pretty simple if you've mastered the pivot system. To trigger this animation, quickly flick the right stick towards the rim after you've started a shot fake. This is different from the pass fake, as the pass fake will keep you stationary and won't unlock additional pivot moves. The shot fake will allow you to go into fades, drop steps, post layups, and hooks. You can even spin off the defender. You have access to basically your entire arsenal of post moves. It's nice to get a defender to bite on this fake, but as you can see, you don't really need them to. Once you see they shifted a little with the fake, go opposite for your shot. Also want to add, there's two different variations of the shot fake. There's the outside one, the one that you're seeing right here with Jokic, and there's the inside one. The inside one resembles more of a pass fake, and that's why I had to let you guys know that it's not a pass fake, because if you try to do a pass fake and try to go into these combos, it's just not going to trigger, and I don't want you guys to get frustrated. Now, the other thing too with the shot fake is the fact that you have to be careful with pulling this off because you can easily get called for a travel. So make sure that you are trying to get both of these animations done as smoothly as possible. You don't want to have a lot of hitches. The moment you start getting a lot of hitches, is that's when you're going to increase your chances of getting a travel call. All right, so I know this video was all offline footage, but if this video gets 500 likes, I will do the online post scoring guide. Now, this is a preview of that video. The online post scoring guide is basically going to be a video that I'm going to show you guys how to score like your favorite players in the most realistic fashion possible. Because I know a lot of people are just tired of just drop stepping, even though you are going to be looking at some footage right now of just, Jokic drop stepping. But I want to show it being done more realistically. So basically how Jokic would use his drop step, his hooks, his fade, up and unders, everything like that. I just want to showcase how you can kind of play as realistically as possible with the players. Obviously, I hope that 2K continues to work on and add more to the post game, but there is a lot that you can do. And this video is a good entry point for anybody who was interested in learning more about the post. Please share this video, because I know a lot of people like to just keep my videos to themselves, but it really helps the channel grow. And this will help motivate me to keep making more of these videos when NBA 2K25 drops. I'm NBA 2. I'm Jersey Made 93. I'm out, man. Peace.